Ladies and gentlemen, the warm months are finally upon us for us Northeasterners. With all of that winter abuse that we just went through means we get to fix all of the stuff that went wrong during the winter time. And for me, that involves a big dent right on the hood. I notice it every time I look at the car and it really annoys me. So today we're gonna try and get it fixed to look like brand new again. If you're anything like me, I've personally never done any dent removal in the past. So this should make for an interesting learning experience, I think. For the dent on my hood, we're gonna head into the engine bay, and we're gonna use this handy clip removal tool to pop off these little clips on the hood insulation. For my case, we're only gonna take off these 5 clips closest to the latch. This should allow us to move the insulation just enough to peek in between it in hopes of being able to push it right back out. Until we ran into a bit of a problem already. We've come to the conclusion that you can't see the dent from the underside. So it's impossible to bang it out from the bottom and then level it on the top because I guess the hood reinforcement is covering it. So that top layer of the hood that you see that's painted is being blocked by that reinforced, I don't know what you call it, but or like the terminology, but that's pretty much what's happening. So I put all the clips back to hold the insulation in place and went back to the drawing board. I present the next option, a super thrashed box with a $30 paintless dent removal kit from AliExpress. The kit came with a dent puller tool, a tap down tool, a mini hammer, some extra bits for different sized dents, this even fancier dent puller tool, those ice cream roll spatulas, and even a towel to keep things nice and clean. In order for us to see what progress we're making on the repair, we need straight lines in the reflection of the paint to be able to see if they straighten out as we pull the dent out flatter and flatter. Most professionals use a specialized light board on tripods or suction cups, but we can honestly go with a much cheaper option with a bit of creativity. I went on Google to find this image, then printed it out to tape it onto an object I can place on the hood, specifically my JBL speaker. Now that we have everything we need to get this dent fixed, we tried out the very first pull with our budget setup. Alright, well, the second try shouldn't be that bad. Okay, third time's a charm. Just nice and easy and...
My disappointment is immeasurable.
Guys, I think we might have found the method that actually works. Just yank it. Yeah, that like decreased a lot. That's actually kind of nuts. Let's do it a couple more times. All right, that one's kind of crooked, but I think that was too soon. All right, so the goal of this would be to get it high enough where we could just tap it down with the little tap tool that they gave us. So we'll see. Bro, that's actually kind of nuts. Now it looks like just a mild little dent, but yeah, like I said, we still got to get it high. So it's like the smallest one that I have, I think. So we might be out of luck for anything smaller. And we want to use a smaller puller piece, whatever, the little blue deal. Because if you use it bigger, it'll end up pulling the edges of the dent out with it too, and that'll be like the highest spot. But if you have like a smaller puller, it'll just pull the cavity of the dent up, which that's what you want. You almost want like the dent to be fully inverted and not like a crater. Yeah, I don't think that one's gonna work good. I think it was cooled down too much because we want the glue to be hot, but we don't want it to be like so hot because then it'll just take so long to for it to cool down in between pulls. Oh yeah, nope. Too cold. Okay, so this time around, I ended up just putting a little dab of glue in the middle instead of trying to cover like the whole base and have it squeeze out the edges. And I did this just because the piece that I have now, that blue bit, that's the smallest size that I have. We're gonna try and just have a smaller grabbing surface area instead of using the entire surface area of the little blue bit. I can't really tell if that did much. So now I went back to the amount that I was using before. And yeah, we'll see if it really makes that big of a difference. I doubt it because it's been going pretty slow. We'll see how it goes. It's just a slow and steady process. Can't really rush it. Let's do a little line check. As you can see, definitely not as much. We're just getting it slowly. Maybe I should try closer to the lines next time, see how big of a difference that makes, because I feel like that's the part that just needs popping up. Could be wrong. I might have been hitting it like in the same spot, not kind of rounding it out, hitting it even. I don't really know. This is my first time doing it. Let's try this one out. See if it's dried enough. Oh, nope, definitely not. Yeah, maybe when I wiped it with a quick detailer, it added like a little thin coat of wax almost. I don't know, because I feel like the one that I have doesn't have wax in it, but could be completely wrong. Yeah, and that's why it's not sticking. And it just popped clean off. So if this one pops off again, then I'll just go back and wipe it with some surface prep cleaner and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, little by little. We're definitely getting there. We're definitely getting there. I'm gonna wipe it with some surface prep spray. All right, got it cleaned off, and yeah, bro, the pollen though, gotta say, it is getting gnarly right now. My whole hood is covered. Okay, there we go. So now it's sticking. Definitely wasn't the pop that I wanted, but we're still getting somewhere. Okay, I think that was way too cold of glue, so I'm gonna go plug the hot glue gun back in and pull that once I get back. Yeah, I felt that one lift before I even pulled. Oh, we are so close. Just need a little bit more. Moved it a little bit so you could see how it's kind of pushing the black lines out a little bit. Just changing the focus now so you can see what we're working with. Slide it on. Yank. I think this thing's just too big. Like, I know they don't make microscopic puller bits, but come on now. I'm just trying to go light on the glue. Little by little, we've been getting it, so just little by little, and sure enough, should be getting it. Like, we're so close. It's just that the middle. I mean, it wouldn't be like the worst thing to make a crater, but at the same time, like, I really don't want to have to deal with adjusting that again. Bro, this pollen is so bad. Yeah, so we're at like a little fork in the road because the dip is too small, I think, for the tip.
What?
I could try slow again. I doubt that's gonna work. I feel like these hard pulls are what's really allowing the craft hot glue to do something. So, because it's really not that sticky, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll try that this time. See how it works. I doubt that did anything. All right, now we switch to a more of an oval shape. See if that makes any of a difference, trying to pull that center out because it's just being stubborn. Okay, so I think that kind of worked. Kind of helped a little bit. I'll do it again, see if that works the same. The only thing with the oval is that it might pull up the sides. It's the only thing I'm worried about, really. But I'm gonna let this sit, let it dry for a little bit while I go plug this in and then pull it again. And we're getting really close. So pull number, I don't even know how many we done, but yeah. Oh, we're getting so close. The line is just kind of ghosting into the white. It's just that middle part is annoying me. All right, so I rotated the oval. It's kind of facing from the camera lens to the lines. We'll see how that changes when we lift it up. Yeah, I don't know if I want to call it quits or still keep trying, because I know we can get it better. It's just time, and I've been out here for hours. Can't tell with editing, but yeah. Okay, this one's at a little bit different of an angle. It's currently facing like that way. I don't know. That seemed to work a little bit. Still not perfect. Damn. Yeah, I'm kind of at like a loss what I should do. All right, I think I'm gonna call it quits for this one, guys. You're not even gonna be able to tell. And I would honestly be lying if I could say that I could see it right now, but I can't. So, and the goal was just to minimize it. I wasn't really expecting to fully make it disappear, but like I'm trying to find it right now on camera, and it's so hard to find it on camera. So, I mean, if that doesn't tell you how good of a job just a simple little kit could do, then yeah, you might be able to tell, but I can't. And I feel like the only person that would know is yourself or me, because, you know, I notice every little thing on my car, every little dent, every little ding, paint chip, yada, yada, yada. But I'd say for just a couple hours and not spending hundreds of dollars for a paint repair thing, yeah, did a pretty good job. And there you have it, guys. That is my experience trying to do paintless dent removal. May not have come out perfect, but it's honestly so good compared to what it was. And I can't complain for only spending $50 on the kit and improving the skills of myself so I can do that again and get even better the next time I do it. So let me know down in the comments if you're gonna try this on your car, or if you already did and if it came out great. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button. Helps me out a ton. Be sure to enjoy the drive, everybody, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.